Hope you guys are doing well. Today's a little bit different of a video. I've been getting a ton of comments asking me how I use Notion to journal my trades. When I made my Notion templates, it took me a long time just kind of playing around with different things. So I thought that would be good to just come on here and give a little quick rundown on how I set mine up. And you guys can do the same, or you can have your own spin on things. It doesn't really matter. It's really customizable. I actually have two different templates that I've built myself that I think work pretty well on Notion. This one right here is a chart review where it's just the NQ and ES side by side, the 4-hour chart, the 1-hour chart, the 30-minute chart, the 5-minute, the 1-minute. I have all these set in here. I can just click from this day and I can see all my annotations. This is the 1-minute chart from I believe the 3rd of January, right? We can see all the 1-minute annotations. I can see the turtle soup. I can see the SMT, I can see how this inversion played out, and it's all good hindsight collection. That's why journaling is so important, is because I can look back at any time and see, okay, what happened on this day? What did the 5-minute look like? Okay, now I can see this here. I can see what this soup looked like, and I can go to the 1-minute and see, okay, this is what the soup on the 5-minute, this is how it looked on the smaller time frame, and this is what happened on the 15-minute. I can see, okay, we had a 15-minute and a 5-minute here. We had this. You can get a lot more structure. Now you can see the bigger time frame SMT, and you can also have some notes from the day. Right here, I have a notes section. Price action was pretty good. Great example of a turtle soup during a clear market maker X model inside higher time frame PD arrays. If every day could trade one type of way, I would pick this. I also have my pre-market bias, my pre-market direction, and I actually do have a prediction tab. This one's not filled out for the day. And then I have a tab where I select if I follow my rules or not. That's pretty much it when it comes to my first template. That's just where I chart the day. After the day is done, I just go through and annotate my chart and throw it up here so I can have a good recall of what it looks like and just a clear annotation of all of the price action from that day, as you can see, different days. This is the second template I use, which is just strictly trade recaps from each day. I come in, I have a higher time frame picture, so I can see what was going on either the 5 or 15-minute or whatever time frame I think best shows context. And I have a trade picture, so I can see the trades I took, and I have the direction on it. I have the result. I have the rating. I pick through different ratings that I like: A plus, B plus, B, C, D, F. I have different ratings. I have a P&L tab that actually adds in totals up here. So if we look at this right here and I do negative 100, this total actually adds up, which is a pretty cool feature. So that you can see where you're at for the month. And I like to go based on the month. I like to just keep all my months. I have December right here. If we look at December, we had a $300 month. We had a lot of our trades documented. And this is where it gets really helpful, because I can go through and say, what happened on Tuesday, right? Why do we have so many trades here? Why do we have so many trades? Why do we have so many F rating trades? What happened that day? I can go through and I can click on these tabs and I can read my trade explanation. I have these 3 tools right here that I have that I can look back on for any trade, or 4 actually. Did I follow my rules? I have a checked or unchecked, and I can actually see a percentage right here. I only follow my rules 45% of my trades. But we can take a look at this and keep going here. I have trade explanation, and then psychology. I have a psychology tab, and then I can have a reflection tab. So then I can go back at any time and see, okay, this was a B rating trade. Why did I take this setup? Which is another great benefit of journaling the trades. So now that you guys have seen what my journal looks like, what I have in it, I'll show you guys how I built this template. Again, you guys can throw in whatever you want. If you go to Notion, it will not have any of these. In the private tab, just add a new page, right? You start out with a blank canvas. First thing you want to do is make a table, right? Let's just build one together. Title it Trade Recap, right? Boom. Then you can add a cover if you want. I think this is kind of cool. Next up here, you can just drag this over and make the name as small as possible. This can be where you have the date, and you can just write in Friday, whatever day you want. That's how I would use this. Up here at the top, we have this, and it gives us a ton of options. It gives us options here of a text box, a number box, a select box, multi-select, status, date, person, files, checkbox, URL, everything you can think of, it's there. So we'll throw in a text box, we'll throw in a number box, and I'll throw in all the ones that I think are useful, and I'll show you guys the best way to use them. Select box, we got a multi-select box. We'll throw in the date box, and we'll throw in a few more here. We'll throw in the files and media, and then we'll throw in the checkbox. The checkbox right here. Those are the main ones. I don't think you need anything else. Again, you guys can mess around with whatever you want. These are the only 7 you'll really need, right? And if you want to change the position of these, you just grab it and you drag, right? You can pull it to anywhere you want. You can throw the date right here, which is kind of cool because then you click on this, you have a date. That way, if you do the calendar sync, right, we can add a calendar to the timeline and it can sync the data. See right here, if we type in anything here in this text box, right there, and we go to the calendar, we can click on Friday and we have our text right down here. And that's how you link the calendar. It's really easy. So now here we have kind of the bones going. I'll show you guys how each one of these works. You guys just saw how the text works. You can name these things different things, right? You can name this trade explanation. Explanation. The best way to use number and how I use it is I use it as my P&L counter. So you just go in and change the name to P&L. And I set this button down here on calculate. I like to do sum, because it shows the total P&L of the entire, trading period. But if you really want to flip this, instead of P&L, you can do RR, and you can just come in here, obviously change this to RR, and you can change the calculate instead of the sum, which adds up everything. If you did P&L, you'd want sum, and you can do average, so it adds up the average RR. And let's say this trade you had a 1.5 RR, and then the next trade you had a 1.1 RR, and then let's say you had a trade where you have a 3.4 RR, and then we can see another one here where we had a 2 RR, and then another one where we have a let's just throw one out, 10 RR, right? You can see your average RR if that's something you want to track. The way you want to use the select tool is you click here, you do edit property, you then go to add an option right here. After you go into add an option, you can do whatever you want. And I'll kind of give you guys some examples, but I would just throw in yes for now, and then no, and then you can change the colors right here. I'm gonna change red to no to a red, and I'm gonna change yes to a green. And the way it works is you can select one, but you can only select one, right? That's what the multi-select is going to be, a little spoiler. I like to use this as did we have news for the day, right? Sometimes that's important. Do we have CPI, PPI, whatever? Do we have 8:30 news? What was it? And the way that you can do this, instead of just saying, yes, we had news, I like to use this feature right here. It's a comment feature. If you click there, you can write in a comment and you can say what the news is. So I can say, we had FOMC, right? Cool, we had FOMC. I push this little up arrow, and it leaves it there. So then when I go through my journal, I can see, oh, we had a trade, and now you can see this yellow box, and I can see there's a comment right next to it, and I can say, oh, we had FOMC here, so I can know, right, we had FOMC that day, instead of just having a yes, right? If we delete this comment, the yes has no yellow box, and that's a little cool feature that you can use. Multi-select, like you can assume, it's very similar to the select, but you can select more than one thing at a time. So I'll show you guys what I mean. This is how I use it. I use it to track if I was break even on a trade, or if I won, if I lost, won, break even. And this one, you can have more than one selection. You can have a win and break even, because sometimes you take profit and then you go break even, right? I would do whatever you want with this. You can call it whatever you want. And then the files and media. We'll call this one the trade picture, right? This is the trade picture. And the way you actually use this is you can upload or embed a link. And I'll show you guys how to grab that from TradingView directly. I use TradingView. If you take a screenshot on your computer, you use Control or Command Shift 4, whatever Command Shift 4 is for you guys. I can take a screenshot right here, and I can take a screenshot of the chart, and then I can use that screenshot as an upload. I can choose a file. Then you can upload the screenshot right here, and you can upload the trade picture directly there. So then anytime you click on that now, you can see that image right away. So if I were to get my trade, let's just say this is my trade, and I still have 15-minute fair value gap tap right to buy side liquidity. This is my trade. Cool. How do I get this trade onto my chart after I chart everything up? I've drawn everything I want to see. How do I bring that over? You go to the top right here on your trading view, you take a snapshot, and I do copy link. right here, I push copy link. It copies it to your clipboard. You go right back to the trade recap, and you click here. You do embedded link, and you copy and paste. And then you push link, and now, boom, your chart's in there. So if we look at this chart, this is what we have. I'm going to now get rid of this right there. And if we want to go see our trade pick, it's right there for us at any time. This works for however long ago, right? I can even go to my October charts when I started using this. I can go to my trade pick from here, and I can see a trade from all the way back. But it's really, really cool because you can have everything, and you can have your higher time frame picture as well. So that is how you embed a link. That's how you send the trade pick. And that's probably the most important piece of that, right? You can add another one if you want. You just add 2. Here's the checkbox. I like to just check this off as did I follow my rules? And you can do this, but notice there's nothing at the bottom here. If you want this to calculate something, you just click down here, and right now it's on none. I can do count all checked and unchecked, or I can do percentage, and I can do percent checked or unchecked. So I'm going to do the percentage checked because it's did I follow my rules? And if I did follow my rules on this trade right here, then I could say, okay, cool, we follow our rules, and since it's one trade, it's one day, we're 100% following our rules, which is really cool to see. Then the trade explanation, pretty much self-explanatory. You just go on here. It's just a notes tool. You can type up whatever. The trade that we just journaled was a 15-minute fair value gap tap in a market maker buy model, whatever you want to say, right? But we have it there, cool, and we can remember. So when you're looking through quick, you can see what did I take this trade. You can click on this tool right here. I'll do that one more time. You just click right here, the open and side peek, and then you have everything. You have the date, that follow my rules, and you can quickly glance at this and see, okay, we won 500 on this trade. There was news this day. Cool. This is my trade. Okay, I took this as a 50-minute fair value gap tap. That's again where I just add more of these notes tabs right here, or text tabs, and I do, reflections, and then I can write, and I don't know why that didn't save. You can write reflections, and you can go in here and say, I sized too light on this trade, and it worked well. I was not in much drawdown. Wow. Literally whatever you want, right? You can have that in there, and you can go in there, and it'll be nice and great. And once you build this template, it saves, right? So if I have another day, you don't have to build this out again. You just click this plus, and it drops down, and you have everything here. You can do your win. You can do your amount, 600. Boom, we're killing it. I did follow my rules. We're still 100%. You can add the picture. For the sake of it, we'll just add the same one right here. Boom. We didn't have news, right? This is the next day, so we're the 5th, right? Whatever, Saturday. Whatever you want. Man, we are horrible at spelling. Whatever you want, right? You can do it because it's here. You built the template out, and you can do whatever you want. If you want to add things, cool. If not, and then on this calendar tab, again, we can see this, and some of the things you can do in the calendar tab. You can go here, and you can fix what shows up. So right now, we only are showing the name, right? We can hide the name, but then we'd have nothing showing. So what can we do? We can show different things. I can show the date, which is, if you guys can see here, it changes that. If I don't show the date, it's not going to be there. I can show, did I follow my rules? Whatever you want to show, right? You can show everything. It just gets a little bit hectic. Yeah, this is how I build my Notion template. That's how I use it. Again, change it to however you want. If you want, your RR to be counted, do that. Use sum or average. If you want to have another spot for this, right? When I do my trade recap or my journals, I have a ton of tabs. I have a 1 hour because this is the 1 hour chart, right? And I have the 1 hour charted out, and I have the 30-minute, the 15-minute, whichever one I want, because it's pretty interchangeable for me. Again, if it's not interchangeable for you, you don't have to, but that's how I build this out. And then it's the same thing here in the side peek right here. I can see all of this. I have a note from the day. I have all of this charted out. And then it's really cool because you can go back through, your previous charts, and look, I have all of December. I have was PA good, and 60% of the time that I looked at the chart that day, price action, in my opinion, right, no one else's, my opinion was good. I didn't journal these days. It's not a good look. but I journal every one of these days. I have all my charting, my annotations on the chart, and this has made me a lot more confident in my trading. It's really helped me see the market a lot better. So I really, really recommend it. Like I said, you guys should do whatever you want with your trade recap or your trade journal. This is personalized to you. These are how you use the different tools. That's how you add different features. That's how you can build this. But again, play around with it yourself. Figure out what you want to see. Write down what you want, what is important to you, because some people have things that are more important to them in their trading that isn't as important to me, and that's fine. So just use these different tools and build your own template. But if you want to copy mine, go ahead. It's great. And it's really, really, I cannot emphasize enough how important it is to journal your trades. If I'm going through a slump, I can look back and see what was happening these days. Was the market not good? Did I not read the market well? What were the emotional factors weighing on me? And I can just go through data and see, okay, what happened this day? I've been going through a tough week. What's been happening? Or I haven't had a winner in a long time. So what was happening in my previous trades? What was I doing well here? What was I not doing here? What was causing me to make this mistake? And that's why I think journaling is so important, is because you have the data there. If I'm not journaling, I don't know how that just happened. It just switched, which is interesting. I don't know if I like it or don't like it, but it just switched to dark view. Yeah, not really sure what happened. I think my whole Google did. Okay. That took me way too long to figure out how to change. That kind of freaked me out. Thought someone maybe hacked my account, but like I was saying, if you are journaling, you don't have to worry about going through a slump and not knowing why. You can look back and see what was going wrong. Where were my mistakes? If you do not journal, and I didn't journal like this for a long time. I used to journal on a actual book, a trading journal my mom got for me for Christmas. Shout out my mom. I mean, I don't hate it. I do not hate it. I don't hate a paper journal, but you can't look at anything. You can't look at any data on there. You can't see your trade pictures. You can't see it visually, so it's not going to help you too much. But if you don't have your trades documented, like I didn't for a long time, you're going through a bad period. You're losing confidence in yourself. You don't really know if your strategy is working. What are you going to do? You can't look at anything. Whereas if I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, I haven't been trading that well. What was happening in December? Let's see December's price action. Oh, price action was pretty good these days. What happened on the 1 minute? Was there any trade opportunity? Oh, wow, this was actually a good entry opportunity right here. We had double S&T. Okay, that was actually a pretty clear entry. I just probably missed that trade that day, right? And you can start going through your journal and see where was the good trades, where are the bad trades, where'd you go wrong, and then you can kind of see for yourself when you're going through a slump. If you're not really confident in yourself anymore, you can see firsthand and you can learn from your past, and then you can just identify good setups again. Again, my Notion template's a little bit simpler than a lot of other people's probably is, but it gets the job done. It's all you need. I promise you it's all you need. Just stay consistent, journal your trades, do the right things, you'll see improvement. A lot of people have been asking about this video, so I finally sat down to make it for you guys, and I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys use it. Maybe I put you guys on to Notion. Maybe you already knew about it. Let me know if you guys have any tools I should be using on Notion that I didn't mention, that I don't currently use, because I'm always open for suggestions. But yeah, keep it simple. Customize it how you want. Build it how you want. And have fun with it, man. That's the whole point. I have a lot of fun every day after I finish my video. I come on here and I journal my day. If you're new to my channel, I post trade recaps and market reviews every single day. And I'm just showing the whole journey of my trading. If you guys are interested in that and you're new, make sure to subscribe, give this video a like, and just check out the channel, man. Anyone that isn't new, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for always watching these videos and being supportive. I'm currently on vacation. If you're watching this video is being scheduled to upload. So I will be back. There's going to be no live chart reviews this week. But we'll be back next week after the 14th of January. We'll be back for a long time. We're going to be locked in. We're going to kill it. 2025 is going to be big. I cannot wait. I appreciate all you guys that watch these videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.